Barstool Sports. Titus, Brandon Walker. Mostly sports. There we go.
Oh, hey there.
Hi.
You just caught us about to talk about sports and whatnot.
That's what we're about to do.
And all sorts of crazy bullshit. Welcome to Mostly Sports. It is Tuesday, February 25th. We are live from Chicago. I'm Mark Titus. He, of course, as you already know, is Brandon Walker.
I wish we had a delicious drink sponsor to talk about.
Brandon, I got great news.
Oh.
For today and possibly tomorrow. You'll have to tune in tomorrow to see if it's
sure.
It's going to carry over to tomorrow. But
what about
for
Thursday?
today,
What about Thursday?
tune in Thursday.
All right.
There's no guarantees. You're going to have to watch and see whether this will be true tomorrow and Thursday as well. But for today, we are sponsored by Jagermeister.
Uh-oh.
Ice cold shots of Jagermeister. 0 degrees Fahrenheit to be exact is how you should be drinking your ice cold shots of Jagermeister wherever you're out. If you're hanging with friends or at the bar, maybe you're doing all the sports stuff or just the mostly sports stuff. Call the shots. Cheers with frosty 0 degree Fahrenheit shots of Jagermeister. Say hit him with the line, Brandon. One time.
Damn. That's cold.
That's good shit right there. And remember to check Jagermeister out at Jagermeister.com. Drink responsibly. Jagermeister, the core 35% alcohol by volume, imported by Master Jagermeister U.S. White Plains, New York. What do you want to talk about, Brandon?
You know, we kind of failed at this yesterday, and then we talked about it on the yak. But I have to go back to it. I have to bring it up because, Mark, most of your sports takes on here are pure drivel and absolute garbage. I don't think you're talented at what you do. I don't enjoy talking to you about sports. I think you're a fucking idiot. But I must say, your take, but pretty much from the time I met you about Woj and people like Woj are aging beautifully, and you have never been more right on a subject as you were right about Woj.
Thank you, Brandon. That means a lot.
I'm talking about the topic of him trying to raise money for St. Bonaventure NIL and doing so in the most self-satisfactory way, most self-sucking way imaginable. Yep. He is auctioning off used Woj memorabilia. He's selling off Woj memorabilia, whether it be a press pass, whether it be certain things he's had, but mostly his phones.
Yeah.
His used iPhones, the Woj collection. Again, proceeds to benefit St. Bonaventure. You have your credential from the Wemby draft, which is up to $900. You have an iPhone used to break the Paul George Kawhi to LA Clippers news. There's the COVID iPhone. His ESPN ID, which somebody's going to pay $2,000. I got to believe that's him. His credential to the 2024 draft. A dinner with Woj. This is the most, in a world of pundits and reporters and sports writers who fall in love with the smell of their own farts above anything else, this is the most self-aggrandizing, self-valued person in the history of this medium. And what a fucking douche. That's what I'd like to say.
Thank you, Brandon.
I'm
glad you... Well,
no, I've been saying you're right the whole time.
Yeah. I just... when stories like this pop up, I'm getting exhausted. You know? Like, I'm tired. I'm tired of shit like this popping up, and then everybody turns to me and they're like, "How do you feel about this?" I'm like, "You know how I feel. I say this all the time. How I feel. I want someone else to say it for me." And I'll be goddamn, Brandon. You said everything I wanted to say, and I could take this play off. So thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Again, the peak of this man's professional career, and I will. He earned. You know, he made a living, and he made it to the top of his craft, okay?
Yeah.
But the peak of that was simply tweeting something somebody else was going to tweet 2 minutes later.
Right.
And he believes that he's the fucking goat of all goats.
Yeah. At his best, that's what he did. At his worst, he just carried water for the sources that he had and got everything
and ruined kids' surprises. Yep.
Very, very wrong. And ruined kids' surprises and found a way to insert himself into stories that he served no purpose for whatsoever. But yeah, at his best, it was, I'm going to tweet out a draft pick 30 seconds before Adam Silver says it. That was the best that he brought to the world of sports. And somehow he tricked everybody into believing that he had value, and somehow he tricked everybody into believing that he is important. And every time I do one of these rants, some dipshit in the comments will be like, you're just jealous that he's bigger than you. You wish you were him. I don't. I also, but my whole thing is that I believe I'm a piece of shit, and everything you said was correct, Brandon. I don't matter.
Right.
If I died today, you'd fill my seat tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, by the end of the day, probably.
Nobody gives a fuck about me.
Right.
I talk about children's games for a living. I don't fucking matter in this world.
Agreed.
You know? My issue is that Woj has positioned himself to believe that he matters immensely, and he never did. None of us do.
Can you pull up the auction?
None of us matter. You like that?
Yeah, we're doing existential dread.
Yeah, dude. It's like, listen, I don't think I'm bigger. I think we're all on the same playing field, which is we don't matter. When the sun swallows us alive.
Yeah.
In 100,000 years, all of civilization fails to exist. Like, none of this is going to fucking matter.
Eat at Arby's.
So, therefore, I'm going to Arby's later. No, I thought it was crazy how – look at this. I mean, it's
Can I offer one counterpoint?
Oh, God. Why?
He's the GM of St. Bonaventure men's basketball.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that role really means. But what more exactly can the GM of a program like St. Bonaventure's do if he's in a position like he is to raise money for the NIL program?
All right, so bring up the auction page again. This is the point I was about to make, so thank you for setting it up so beautifully. So let's just go through, okay? Just scroll down. So let's say that goes for – the first one goes for $2,000. That one goes for $1,000. We're at $3,000. We're at $5,000. No offer there. So let's say $500 on that. We're at now $2,000. We're at $7,500. You know, we're at $7,500. Let's add $1,000. We're at $8,500. Everything there probably adds up to about $10,000 to $12,000. That doesn't get you a motherfucking goddamn thing. $10,000 to an NIL program is like me throwing a penny in a wishing well. It is nothing. $10,000 doesn't get a visit from a 3-star recruit. It doesn't do anything. This is a gesture to say, look how magnanimous I am, look how awesome I am. I'm using my celebrity to help this program and isn't doing dick. The idea that a media person can do something to raise money for an NIL program is simply a self-suck, and it needs to be stopped.
So you're not about paying the players?
That's not what I said.
What if
to be honest, he's going to raise $15,000 at most with this. He could just give that. He didn't have to tell anybody. He didn't have to tell anybody, Connor.
Mm-hmm. Then maybe it's not necessarily playing by the rules.
What are you? Hold on.
I'm just saying, if a player,
what's going on over here?
What is
devil's advocate.
What?
If you're offering a player $100,000 and then he comes back and he's like, I want $110,000.
Yeah,
there you go.
There you go. That is a good point. That Woj, he doesn't want to do this. He doesn't want to do this at all.
He hates attention.
He hates the attention. He hates that he's making it about himself. He loves all of his phones and his credentials. Yeah. He wants to keep all those things. They're very important to him. But unfortunately, there's just not enough money at St. Bonaventure, and he's got to get creative and find a way to make money. And there's no other way to do this. And every other small school can't figure out any way to raise money whatsoever. Because there's just no way to do it. This is the only way you could possibly do it, is to raise $624.
I wonder if he was sitting on these phones waiting for the opportunity to do this auction. Like,
he's been dying to do this. Dying to do it.
Do you think he was going to get more than $1,500 a phone then?
I would assume so. I do think he'll end up buying two of these phones from himself.
He'll buy them from himself, and then just to put out the report that all of you that said I wouldn't raise money.
Out.
Completely sold out. Some random guy just floated in and paid $25,000 for this phone. That's crazy.
Evo, you had your hand raised.
I just had a question. Do you think he would be better off using those phones to make phone calls for what they're used for?
To solicit sales?
Yes,
for,
correct.
Yeah. I didn't actually pay attention. Is he auctioning off the phone that he used to lie about Dan Hurley being in contention for the Lakers job?
I don't think so.
Or is he not doing that one?
Unless
you remember that when Sham said it's going to be J.J. Redick and Woj said, "Fuck you, you dumb piece of shit." No, it's not.
That's probably baked into the last draft phone.
And then J.J. Redick Yeah, NBA news such as Jabari Smith going over Paolo Banchero in the NBA draft.
This is the crazy.
Is he doing that phone where he tweeted that Jabari Smith will be the number 1 pick in the draft?
Keep in mind, bring that back up one more time. Like all these descriptions, he typed these.
Mm-hmm. He typed all.
Woj used his iPhone 15 in his final months as a journalist, and he's not dead, is he?
It's unbelievable.
It's just crazy to me. Now, this has nothing to do with the Mostly Sports auction that we're launching later.
Yeah, we're
and please, again, opening day is coming up in 6 weeks, so make sure you get all of your packages into opening day.
The come down that's going to happen if someone like obviously there are a lot of weirdos out there. Some of them work at this company that would pay a lot of money to, or what I feel is a lot. I feel like $50 would be a lot of money for one of these things, but someone's gonna pay a decent amount of money, get a phone sent to him in the mail that he used to break Tyrese Maxey getting drafted or some shit like that, right? And you're like, this is a very important piece that I want for my collection, whatever. The come down, Brandon, when you open that package,
yeah,
you turn on the phone,
yeah. Oh boy, here we go.
And then you realize, what the fuck did I just do?
Oh, this is just a blank. Blank iPhone.
I just spent it it's just an iPhone.
This cost me $1,200.
I could have just. This is an iPhone from 8 years ago. Why didn't I just buy a basic iPhone?
Do you then
on the internet?
Do you then hook that phone up and like create a Woj burner and try to do his greatest hit? I don't know.
Yeah. What you do is you invite people over and then you try to tell them, look out, you want to see something cool? This is the phone that Woj used to break the news.
He's not famous enough for that.
No.
Do you have any?
And then all of your guests.
Do you have any friends you could tell that to?
No. All the guests are just going to go, okay, man.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Now, if you want to give me Kanye's Hitler phone.
That's interesting.
Right. If you want to give me somebody's, if you want to give me Paul Pierce's,
Yeah.
His clip phone.
This is the phone that Shannon Sharp left on.
Yeah. You don't give me the Michelle phone. I'll take the Michelle phone. Real quick, is Mark, Ebo, is there anything you guys want to say to us?
It's the season.
Season
Yeah,
for
man.
what?
Of drip.
Yeah, it's drip season.
Denim jackets.
Denim.
Canadian tuxedos.
Did Connor, did you get a notification of this?
No, I did not. I walked in, I saw Ebo dressed in the Canada tux, and I was totally shocked. I had no idea what was going on.
You're a little jealous that you're not involved?
No, I think he looks great right now.
I'm trying to yeah.
Why do you not get what? I want to know where King Krabby. Oh, you're looking for the. Oh, because she's the one that tweeted out, "Hey guys, don't wear running shoes with jeans."
which was a picture of me just minding my own business in my comfortable shoes.
Show me the picture again.
Who's King Krabby Patty?
It's Annika.
Yeah.
What?
That's her handle.
I don't know why. But anyway.
So I decided to.
This is kind of a point for her. Those shoes would look ridiculous with that outfit.
Hey, Brandon.
Yeah.
Don't care.
But you
Don't
took
care.
a picture.
Yeah.
You posed for a
that's
picture.
how much I don't care.
You posed for a picture.
Eva heard my existential rant and was like, you know what?
Nothing matters.
None of this matters, dude.
You made a lot of good points. It's like, I don't know.
Whatever you want.
Who gives a fuck? You wear fucking Hokas with your Canadian tuxedo. Who cares?
Maybe that's an argument in favor of Woj selling all this shit off. None of it matters, dude. Just sell off your fucking phones and credentials and all that.
This is just me and Spider minding our own business.
It's a crazy move by Annika.
Why are you kicking your feet forward?
What do you mean?
all boys.
You're kicking your feet forward to show off your shoes. You're
No.
clearly,
This is.
you're posing.
I was not posing. She also wrote on the whiteboard at one point, like 2 weeks ago, at Ebo, "Do not wear running shoes with jeans anonymous."
Oh, so she is.
This is a big. I think it's.
She's after you.
Yeah, main platform.
Well, she doubled down on it yesterday. She made a full video talking about it. It was like a minute long, how you can't wear running shoes with jeans. But then she said in the video, you can wear anything else. You have free will. You can do whatever you want. And it's like, well, if you have free will and you want to do whatever you want, then do what fucking Ebo's doing and wear running shoes with jeans.
I'm on Team Annika here. I side with her.
Yeah.
I think she's a better person and coworker than either of you. So
okay, employee.
Is it because I'm in the mix for employee of the week? Maybe. I don't know.
You're trying really hard for being like the only person in the mix, right?
There was a second person. In the mix.
Who else is in the mix?
Liam Blutman's in the mix. Brandon Walker walked past me, did our special handshake. Yes, we have a handshake. Caught a water bottle that was being hurled at him, and a good catch, by the way. Told her to have a good week. See, that's how you should treat people.
You would do anything
she
for,
does employ
for
the
a
week.
trophy, though.
Yeah, she just started it.
Oh,
This is the first one.
The first one.
Right. So I'm trying to get the first one. You know how good it'd be to be the first
Yeah,
one?
first ever. Yeah.
I'm going to
Cody's out.
Yeah, Cody lost.
Big Cat's out.
What happened? What Cody do?
I think he just walked in and
Yeah,
said,
did you?
what's up?
Oh. Third employee out of the running. Employee of the week, Cody. I told Cody he was out of the running since he interrupted the conversation, and he said, "I don't even want to be in it." Easy to check him off.
That's so Cody.
Yeah, that is.
This is what these TikTok girls do, man. They just like hang out in the front room, front little lobby area.
I think they're terrific at
and
their
they're just,
job.
They judge.
they just judge, dude. That's all they do.
Yeah.
That's all they do is judge. But you kind of want their approval, don't you?
Right. I want to be
all-
judged. I want to be
you know?
judged well.
You want to be cool.
It's kind of like
Right.
we kind of at the same time. It's something that we all desire.
Yeah.
We need the approval.
I'm comfortable with being judged.
You wouldn't last 5 seconds on the basketball court with them watching. Fridays.
I have been on the basketball court with them watching. They cheered me on. See,
What do they do?
Here's
They
the
get-
thing
they
about
giggle?
you that you don't have that I have. I'm a charity case in their eyes. So
Yeah.
I'm going to get the go Brandon go stuff.
Yeah.
You're the
Yeah,
one that
let's go, Brandon.
Right.
The bar is set so low for you.
Right.
Yeah. You do anything.
Me just participating is a win.
Yeah.
Asshole.
Maybe.
They're all members of the Geno heads, by the way. The Geno, I don't think people in this office are ready for the undercurrents that are the Geno heads taking over this office.
I'm not ready for any of this. Everything we're talking about right now is
None
like,
of this matters.
Geno has assembled a motley crew of just like cool. They're the cool kids.
Yeah.
Gino's here
And
every
they-
day, I think. I see him once a week.
Really?
He sits,
Yeah.
he sits upstairs.
He's
You don't
usually-
do stairs though,
He's
right?
usually pooping upstairs.
Yeah.
You know what he's doing usually? Pooping. He's upstairs pooping.
Gino be pooping.
He's just pooping, dude. That guy.
I think they're going to be running the company by the end of the year.
Could be.
Geno and his crew.
He is a ringleader. That's for sure.
They got a squad.
Do we have any ringleaders in our midst? I think Blutman's got potential to be a ringleader.
Maybe, yeah.
If we hired like 3 under Blutmans, I believe
That's
he could be a
scary.
ringleader.
I think we already did that, did we not?
Well, we got his brother, but I don't even know if he really works here. He's just kind of here. I think he works here.
Yeah.
We got. By the way, we got to talk to Marky today.
Well, why?
There's some
Big
drama
time.
in
What
the
happened?
Boy Meets World universe.
Oh, yeah. I saw this and I don't know enough about it. Who's
That's why we're gonna call Marky
Yeah.
later. Marky, we're gonna call you at 10:45 Central Time.
I
this
think that's
is
how we
one
get
of those stories that like I know it's happening, but I don't know enough. I don't speak the language well enough to know like why this matters.
Also, this could be our big break because
That
this
makes
is how we
sense.
get picked up by like TMZ or something. And
Yeah.
and then Mark, you get your Hollywood star.
Yeah.
Do we have to
Yeah.
say something controversial?
No, I think we just need former Boy Meets World star Mark Blutman.
Oh,
shares his thoughts, but it's just like he only speaks in like platitudes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
but we could like trick him into
Saying that one of
saying
them's
one
awful.
quote, and then we could take that quote out of context, put it on a quote card,
Yeah.
and spread it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll frame one of them as like a Nazi sympathizer by the end of the show.
Yeah. Let's do it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Who is the other
I like
girl?
that. Let's do it that way.
Rachel Matland or
I don't know who that is.
I've never
I know
heard of her.
I don't know
Topanga.
who that is.
There were 2 girls in
And-
Boy Meets World?
I'll say this: made a mistake googling her.
Yeah. she went down a different path.
She's yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. All
Do
right.
you want to go ahead and Google her for
I know Topanga. You know, Home Improvement's on Netflix now.
Is it?
Yeah, I've been thinking about diving in, but then I remembered I didn't really
Oh.
like Home Improvement that much. Oh, is it that bad? Is it that quick?
You just Google her.
Yeah.
email? Yeah.
I assume we're talking about the pornifer variety.
Or yeah,
Yeah.
pornification.
She's
of-
porniferous.
the pornification of
She's a pornivore.
her. Yeah,
Did we talk about it on the show? Oh yeah, here she is.
yeah. Ashley Maitland Welkos. Maitland Ward
Maitland Ward. Yeah,
is an American pornographic.
she was on the Bold and the Beautiful.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da.
I-
I like the Bold and Beautiful.
I'm being told by Blake. Shout out to Blake.
What?
That
What did Blake say?
What's he saying?
he just texted. He listens to the
Does he
show
take
every
the-
day.
Does he want to come
The
hang?
jean jacket. He's got a jean jacket on.
You want to come hang out?
He might.
Does he
You
wear
want to come
denim?
sit here?
He could. I'll let him know. But
Just-
apparently she was on OnlyStans back in the day.
Oh.
Did you see Blake's TikTok the other day? You're not cool enough to follow
No.
Blake on TikTok. I am, but that's not that big of a deal. Blake went to dinner.
No shit.
and he was going out to dinner with all the boys here and a couple of our boys, and said, "This is what time for a 7 p.m. dinner." Everybody arrived,
Oh, really?
and it's one
And
of those.
he was there first,
it's,
obviously.
it's one of those where you always think, "Oh, this is going to end up with somebody being like an asshole." I think the latest one was 7:01.
Wow.
I was the latest one.
Were you?
You got the invite?
7:01. No, I don't-
Yeah. Let's see this. See
First of all, my
what
time is
are
wrong.
Emma Blake Garrett's up 6:59.
All right, so Ebo's there 6:59 for a 7 o'clock dinner. 7:04.
Oh, that's much later than 7:01.
47:06.
Wait, is it
Why is it-
everybody on the show?
Cody walked in rubbing his hands.
So Cody doesn't just do stupid bits on the show.
He got us membership cards for this dinner club.
Supper Club monthly.
Did you really need to correct that?
No,
When he said dinner club?
Oh,
7:15, Connor.
That was also a false time. I got there.
No
at 7:10.
respect.
Got there at 7:10. I was on the phone with my mom.
So,
I missed the
oh,
whole
well, I
dinner,
get it.
so I completely missed the dinner.
This was TJ's idea to go to this place, and then he got sick, and I was pissed. I was so mad that TJ
my
couldn't
res.
be there.
Blake was the first one at the dinner,
Look at how neatly this is cut by Cody.
and every single person on the show outside of Mark, Titus, and Brandon Walker were invited to this dinner.
I don't like this.
It's a supper club.
well, you live like 9,000.
Oh, you're right. I don't eat supper.
You're like you're a country club guy. You have to get invited to these types of things.
That's what the point
That's the
is.
entire complaint.
That's
That's what we're upset about.
Better luck next month.
why.
No, we need to keep doing this and be like, you guys can't join, and then when they join, and then they pay for it all.
Right.
Why do you guys have a supper club that we're not invited to?
It's supper club monthly.
I don't know. We just started literally like
They would, yeah.
last Friday.
Hold on. They are going to make us pay for it all. That is a great point. They're going to invite us, and
And in turn, you're going to make me pay
yeah,
for it all.
and I'm going to make you pay for it.
Right.
That's exactly right. Yeah, I didn't plan on doing this today, but I guess we're just checking in on all the youngsters that work here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's important. Now that we're doing it, I do find it very important. We need to know what these fuckers are up to. at
Do
all
you want
times.
to know the conversations that we're having at those dinners?
Yes.
It's a great meeting of the minds. We were talking about hard work beating talent when talent doesn't work hard.
Yeah.
And Connor goes, "Oh yeah, that's the quote from the Kevin Durant movie Thunderstruck."
You guys ever seen that movie?
I said, "What? That's not a real movie."
Kevin Durant
Yeah.
movie.
Thunderstruck.
Oh, I remember this.
Hard
Yeah,
work
yeah.
beats talent when talent fails to work hard.
Yeah, I mean that's you know that's not from
Brandon, what are you doing, Brandon?
What?
Brandon, stop.
Your thing's tangled around your neck.
Sorry.
Yeah, there it is. Thunderstruck.
Nobody knows that movie, Connor.
I watched
I know it exists, but why would you watch it?
Because-
Why would
Watch that
anybody
movie?
watch it?
because I learned a great lesson of hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard. From
But that
movie.
was like John Wooden said that.
no, but that was in
Million
Thunderstruck.
years ago.
Did you enjoy that movie?
It was all right.
Have you watched that movie more than once?
No, I watched it one time when I was 12.
He also attributed the song "Payphone" by Maroon 5 to
No.
the last song.
No, it was not Payphone. It was She Will Be Loved.
He goes, "That's the song from the last song." Or yeah.
So you guys suck just as much at these dinners as you do on the
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, and we want to go to these dinners, man.
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
I also had to play airplane with
Um,
the hummus in Connor's mouth because he's like, "I don't eat hummus."
Stop. I did not,
I have a sports topic, but before I get to the sports topic, I got to bring one more thing up.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when the show first started and we were desperate for some exposure, and I got Ebo on the plane to go to the college game day at JMU.
At
last year?
JMU, yeah,
Yeah,
He's
and
on
we-
he flew private
Yeah,
because of us.
and we of course put our sign with him and said, "Hey, get this on game day." And he said, "Yeah, yes, sir." And he showed up, and then long story short, he failed miserably. The sign never came back. The sign died at this event at the feet of some unruly JMU fans. Like, it didn't even die at like Ohio State or like Oregon, a good game day. It died at fucking
JMU.
Harrisonburg, Virginia. Our sign died in Harrisonburg, Virginia at a game day. They fucking lost, by the way.
Can I
Anyway, no.
Can you pull up a number of game days hosted in Starkville, Mississippi versus the number of game days hosted in Harrisonburg, Virginia?
Really not. I didn't take our sign. Our sign didn't die in Starkville.
Well, you made a comment about it being like a bad game.
Our sign didn't die in Starkville.
Look up the biggest game day crowds in the history of game day. Go ahead and look that up.
Anybody can say anything about the crowds.
Okay.
They're not taking tickets. Anybody can say anything. Anywho,
I think there was 200,000 people there that day.
there were 200,000 people there. There were 200,000 people there.
Oh wow, what was that? James Madison University.
That's just not
26,000.
That's just not right. There's no chance JMU had the biggest game day crowd ever. Anyway, I'm glad you brought up the one. That's not even that big of a crowd. I'm glad you
zoomed in.
I'm glad you brought this up because that day, going to that game day and failing with our sign wasn't the first time that he tried to go. Well, actually, the first time he went to a game day, he actually tried and succeeded in getting on camera. Correct?
Right.
Yeah.
So when you
I thought
True.
when you cared about something and when it meant something to you, you went and got it done and were able to get on camera, correct?
Yes, when I was willing to sleep on the quad and get front row, yes, I was able to do that.
But the time
Yeah, that's me and my buddy.
look, Gordo, we're on TV, and that's you with the Canada hat on.
Yeah, that's
Are you
me.
dabbing?
That's me and my friend. His name is also Evan. Dresses Todd and Gordo from the Pardon My Take video.
Oh yeah,
by
yeah.
the Canadian Tourism Board.
So you were able to get Pardon My Take.
I know that
Yeah,
show. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
Pardon My
the
Take.
that's the other show here.
Yeah.
that, you don't work on.
the
Yeah.
one that means
Yeah.
more to you.
The one that doesn't need any publicity at all. In
Well,
fact,
this was
it's-
back when they were just a small
or
little
exposure.
sports podcast. This is
Okay.
2017.
Oh yeah, we
Okay.
were huge last year.
Yeah.
We didn't need it.
Yeah.
This is before they really blew up. You know, they weren't. Were they even #1 sports podcast at this time?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh,
they
okay.
definitely were.
Well,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah,
It happened pretty quickly
Shit.
for
yeah,
them.
almost overnight. I think
Shit.
once I went on the first time, I
Yeah.
shot them up to #1.
Oh, you've been on that show.
I also. It took me 5 years, but I've also been on that show.
What's your total appearance count? Actually, if you had to think about it, how many times have you been on?
How many
Pardon My
times
Take?
have I been?
Are you double digits?
Yeah. I'm one of the most frequent guests, but that's fallen off because I've gotten older and out of touch and not as interesting.
None of this matters.
None of this matters. I think I've done one too many existential rants, and it's bummed everybody out.
They had a meeting.
They're all
Like, well, it's got to matter a little
they're
bit,
like,
guys.
yeah, I mean, come on, man. We asked for your final 4 picks, Mark. My final 4 picks are
Death, just try.
an asteroid hitting us. I think a black hole.
And none of it
None
meaning-
of it meaning anything. None of it meaning
Those odds are
a goddamn,
skyrocketing, by the
a
way.
goddamn thing. The asteroid.
Oh yeah, that asteroid's hitting us somewhere.
Yeah, it's up to like almost 4%.
I saw someone did the went back and saw that UMBC had a worse chance to beat. What was the tweet? It was like UMBC had a less of a chance to beat Virginia than the asteroid does. Than scientists are giving the asteroid to hit Earth.
And they beat them by 20. What would a 20-point loss to the asteroid look like?
Whew.
That's like losing a continent.
Yeah. I believe Ken Palm gave UMBC a 2.5% chance to beat Virginia, and the asteroid has a 3.1% chance of Earth impact. Yeah, we should be fine. When's it supposed to hit? If it is going to hit?
2032,
Oh, well.
which doesn't even count yet.
Yeah, I'll be dead by then.
All right. So, Connor, this is where you either shine or piss me off.
KK.
The choice is yours.
All right.
The Packers want to ban the tush push. The Green Bay Packers have come out and basically said, erroneous, bad play. Bad play, get it out of here. We don't want the play anymore. You shouldn't be doing it. Now, I don't know how many people in the NFL believe it's a bad play and just should be getting out of there. I assume a lot of them. But the Packers, you can't be the one team that comes forward, right? You can't be the one team that raises your hand and says, tells on them,
Yeah.
says, hey, they can't do this.
Yeah.
What do you?
Yeah, but how do you?
How do you get rid of it if you don't say something?
It should be banned.
It's a bullshit play.
It's a bullshit play, and it makes it doesn't make any sense. When,
they have the best running back in the league, Mark.
Yeah.
They have the best running back in the league.
It's not fun to watch. It is unsafe. I do believe that. Like everyone's the teams that want to ban are making the safety argument, and then you watch the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, and Chris Jones is lining up sideways and
upside down
and upside down and all this shit, and it's like that's for a league that's trying to pussify the sport, and you're not allowed to touch a guy when he's not even out of bounds yet.
Right.
Patrick Mahomes is like 1 foot away from stepping out of bounds, and you touch him, and it's like, no, we got a player safety. But then you allow this to happen. I think it's stupid. But then the most important part is it's stupid.
Yeah.
It's a stupid play.
It's a stupid play.
The argument against it is it's fucking stupid.
And again, they have the best running back in the league. Just turn it and give it
Just
to him.
turn it and hand it to them. But you can't be but if you're the one team stepping up saying we got to ban this, you do it does look like sour grapes and it looks like you're a sore loser. And it looks like So unfortunately, the Eagles fans are arguing that you're just jealous that that you can't figure it out as well. But also, I think if every team could do it, it would be banned immediately, right?
I was on the toilet last night, and I think I came up with the solution. I think I know how to stop the tush push. I think I know how.
Go on.
The way to stop the tush push, Mark, is with a tush push.
Another tush push.
On 4th and 1 or shorter, when the Eagles line up with Jalen Hurts, you put your quarterback in behind, put your quarterback in center and on defense, line up in the same formation, and just negate their tush push.
Do a tush push back to them. That's
Tush push back.
That's a great idea, actually.
Thoughts, Connor?
That's a great idea.
That's
If
actually
you're playing the Bills in the Super Bowl and Josh Allen comes out at middle linebacker and tush pushes back,
it's not a bad idea. I actually think that might have some legs.
it's a better idea than what they're trying to do, which is the defensive lineman putting their face on the ground.
Yeah, wait.
Or Frankie Louvu was the one who was jumping over.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
It was awesome.
When y'all got mad at that was just shows how full of shit you guys
I didn't
are.
get mad at that. I thought it was funny.
Some Eagles fans were like, "Oh, look at this guy." Yeah.
I thought it was funny.
I was laughing hysterically.
Also, now you guys won the Super Bowl with it. I mean, you had other plays, I think. I don't know. I wasn't paying that close of attention, to be honest. But now that you guys won the Super Bowl, I think this is a fair compromise.
Let's
I think,
retire
I think the Eagles fans should be like, all right, we got one out of it. Like, yeah, it is. Now you can admit it's a stupid play.
Send it to the Hall of
Dumb play.
Fame.
But it's not like it's a play that's exclusive to the Eagles. Any team can run it.
Yeah, but if every team did it, it would be banned almost immediately. The NFL would be like, we have a crisis on our hands
Right.
where every time it's 4th and 1, we have, instead of like a dramatic, exciting play, it's just the dumbest fucking shit ever. Everybody hates it.
But y'all are like
Everybody
the gamer.
hates it.
Y'all are the gamer who could win games anyway because he's pretty good, and you still use the cheese play every single
Yeah.
time. You press the cheese play button every single
cheese
time.
play.
It's a cheese play.
It's because it is a sign of domination, and it is physically imposing our
Sure.
will on opposing.
And it's great.
if
And
a
you won
team
the Super
wants
Bowl,
to
and
go
everybody
out,
loves it. And now let's just move on.
and if a team wants to go out and draft really well at offensive line and get a really solid offensive line, one of the best offensive lines in the league.
Again, you
Then
can
you
just
could.
run a running back
Again,
behind that.
It's
Nope.
It's stupid.
it's
stupid.
anti-fan is what it is.
Yeah. That's what Philly
yeah.
is.
Why
But
do you hate the fans? Why do you hate football fans?
Imagine if, for a moment, that the Dolphins were not a finesse bitch team,
Go on.
Yeah,
and they were doing this shit,
yeah,
and they were lining up every single 4th and 1 or 3rd and 1.
yeah.
Would be stupid.
It would be stupid.
Yeah. Be stupid.
It would be extreme.
I think the thing is,
What are you going to call it? The Tuapua?
you guys
I like that one.
don't get the thrill. Like, we fucking love it when we see a short yardage situation, and we know that Jalen Hurts'
So the entire
ass
league
is
should
about
be
to
about
get
you.
pushed.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying if your team was doing it and doing it successfully, then you'd think it was the best thing in the world.
Well, I'm tush pushing back from now on.
Okay,
you-
that's fine.
I think you just run it with your defense on the field, but maybe you flip the linebackers to the bottom. Like the linebackers become your D linemen, and then your pushers are like your Chris Joneses and your Terrence Cody's, because they get more of a push. But whereas like Frankie Louvu couldn't push Terrence Cody forward.
The problem is the offensive line, the first resistance they're going to see are the smaller guys, and they're just going to steamroll them.
But I think we all agree this is great for football, though, that this is
Right.
what teams should be thinking about and how to. Yeah, this is
All that being said,
great. This is what we want. Is
the Packers look like bitches
Yeah,
complaining
Yes,
about it
yeah.
by themselves.
exactly.
If they had gotten a coalition together, a coalition of teams.
wasn't it banned before?
Yeah, it was illegal before.
I don't know.
And then it just
why did
became
it
not
become
illegal.
Unbanned.
I think overnight one night it was just not illegal. You could just push people all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Wasn't it the whole
Play better
Reggie,
on
the
first
whole
down
Reggie
or
Bush
second
thing?
down.
Huh?
Isn't this
The Bush
whole,
push.
it's-
Yeah, the Bush push.
The whole
back
Reggie
in the
Bush
day,
thing.
yeah. Which was allowed, but it was not. It was a missed call, basically.
It was
right?
also
Like
bullshit.
it was like,
Yeah.
but at the time that was against the rules. But
And
they did it anyway and got away with it. And that's what Notre Dame fans had to gripe about.
That one was ridiculous because Matt Leinart had tried to go in the right way and then was inexplicably just turned around. He got
Yeah.
dominated so much he just
Yeah.
turned around and pushed him. At least Hurts knows what he's doing when he does it. Anyway, that was my thoughts about that. Yes, TJ.
That asteroid's gone, by the way.
What?
It's
What?
gone?
The impact probability?
Oh.
Oh!
Hell yeah.
So it got scared. We ran it off. What? Hold on. Time. Pause. Can I get a quick 20? NASA they're just feeding us a bunch of bullshit, right? So NASA for over the last 2 weeks, every day, that thing, the probability jumped up a little bit, jumped up, and they got it up to 4%. And then the next day, they just came in and said, nah, it's gone. They don't.
Well,
They don't fucking know, do they?
We track asteroids using telescopes worldwide and refine their orbits with precise measurements. We then model their future paths using computer simulations to account for things like gravitational influence. Through these simulations, we're able to calculate impact probabilities with extreme precision.
But all that's probably bullshit, what they just said.
Yeah, could be. Could be.
It's just blah, 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 blah.
Should we put out our own?
I'm going to say it's at 2%.
Yeah.
I'd say, can you...
Should we?
Somebody craft a tweet. According to Mostly Sports calculations,
Yeah.
the 2032 asteroid has a... You want to jump it up a little bit?
95.
No, yeah, it's accelerated, right? So it's a 2028 asteroid.
2028. It's 50-50. Could go either way.
Yeah.
We're 50-50 that the asteroid hits
classic
us.
coin flip.
Yeah.
Classic coin flip.
TJ, draft something.
And then tomorrow we'll say, actually, it's .00005%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also,
And then the next day, it's hitting tonight. Yes, Connor?
how big was this asteroid?
Wasn't that big. It's a football field-size asteroid.
They're saying it's a city destroyer, though?
It's a city destroyer. It's not a world destroyer.
Okay.
Yeah. What,
Yeah.
Connor? Say what you want to say. You got something on your mind?
If we knew,
Or maybe not. I don't. Maybe don't say what you want to say.
Connor,
Maybe
you
don't.
got this.
There's also
Connor,
that option.
Mark, you inspired this type of talk.
Work through
by the
this,
way.
Connor.
It's all Woj's fault.
if we knew 7 years ahead of time that there was going to be an asteroid like the size of
We go get Bruce Willis.
could we not have figured out a way to...
Yeah, we go get Bruce Willis and we drill.
So
Did that movie get enough hate that the fact that the plan that they came up with is to go get some drillers?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, right. The driller. You taught the drill. That's what Ben Affleck said.
Yeah.
Michael Bay. Like, why are we taking drillers,
Right. Well,
teaching them how to be astronauts when we could just teach astronauts how to drill?
seems like a lot easier skill to learn than
And apparently
astronauting.
And then apparently Michael Bay's response was, because then we wouldn't have a movie, Ben. What? How do they do it in that movie though? Why are they drilling?
Okay, so here's
I guess
so,
I never.
So the
I
asteroid's the
haven't
size
seen
of
it
Texas,
forever.
right? Now here you want to talk about some calculations. I don't know how they came up with these things. So they decide this asteroid's coming. They figure out how big it is, and they say the only way a bomb's going to work is if we put the bomb in the center of this object.
So you have to drill the hole, drop the bomb all the way to the
Right.
center.
Have to get the bomb to the middle. Now, in their calculations, when we detonated the bomb, it splits into two halves, and they both miss Earth. How they came up with the fact that they know what an asteroid would do when blown up.
Right.
Well, they know it would break into. Why would it break into two pieces and not 18 pieces,
Right.
or 1,800 pieces, or a whole bunch of? I don't
And
know.
then instead of the asteroid hitting the middle of nowhere in the Pacific Ocean, now we have 5 asteroids that are going
Right.
to hit all sorts of civilization.
Every continent.
Right?
Every continent's getting an asteroid.
Yeah.
Oprah's just handing out asteroids for everybody. So they go down, and another thing, they said this asteroid was the size of Texas, right?
Mm-hmm.
But drilling to the center of it was 800 feet. Is it just a flat ass?
It's like
That
it's
doesn't seem like that would be the-
two-dimensional Texas.
Doesn't seem like that would be the center of something the size of
Yeah.
Texas, does it? A big
Yeah.
rock? Seems like it would be bigger. I don't know.
Interesting.
I just think I'm the one reporting to you today, 2025. I think there were some scientific flaws with the movie.
Yeah. And then like one of them has to go down with the bomb, right? And then
Yeah.
And then
Right.
Affleck's like, I'll do it, and then
Uh-huh.
Bruce is like, okay, you can do it, you can do it, you can
Yeah.
do it. Gotcha, bitch.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good movie though.
Not good, but it's the best bad movie, right?
Yeah.
Transformers.
I never saw Transformers.
You're a Michael Bay fan, huh?
You a Bay guy?
Like, you a Bay guy?
I just
Like
think
all the- the Bays?
I hold Transformers in high regard because I believe it is the most like rewatchable movie ever because there's no like plot twist. It's just like it's just Transformers. I don't know, like it's on FX on Saturdays and just
Got it.
turn it on and you're like you know what's gonna happen the entire movie, but
They're
it doesn't
gonna
matter.
transform.
Yeah,
You're
they're
still like, well, this
transform.
is fucking Optimus Prime.
I've never do that again.
That was bad. I don't want to do it again.
I've never seen a Transformers movie, so
John Battore, right? What's his name?
why are you asking us? You just said his name.
Is that how you say it?
I don't know.
It's the guy from that I said was from Transformers, but he's from Big Lebowski.
You're saying
He's on Severance right now. What's his name? John something?
Turturro?
Turturro.
You turned John Turturro into John Battore?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I fucked it up. But he's the head of Section 7.
Hasn't been a great 2 minutes for you.
Huh?
I just love Transformers. It's a great movie. That's the best bad movie. Do you have a better bad movie? Armageddon?
Basically every movie Nick Cage put out in the 90s.
Yeah. Armageddon's up there as far as best bad movies. It's a fine line because you got to be pretty good but pretty bad at the same time. I mean, I have people hate my take of the best bad sports movie. I think it's Remember the Titans. I think it's a bad movie that is fucking awesome. It's Armageddon. Armageddon's the best bad movie.
I think I'm a Con Air guy.
That's a good one.
Con Air. I'm a Con Air guy. You seen Con Air?
Put the bunny
With the bunny.
back in the is it back in the box or just in the box? Is it put the bunny in the box?
Put the bunny.
Are you doing George and Lenny right now?
Put the bunny. Is it put the bunny in the box?
Into the wabbits.
You gonna play with the Wabbits?
The NFL. Let me tell you about one of our sponsors. I'll tell you about one of our great sponsors. I'll tell you about my lunch for today. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to take your nutrition to the next level. Meet Huel, today's sponsor. Huel is spelled Huel and is the global complete nutrition brand trusted by over 400 million people. That's a lot of people. Their Black Edition ready to drink is a complete meal in a bottle. It's high in protein, it's low in sugar, and packed with all the nutrients your body needs to perform and feel its best. Huel is a perfectly balanced meal designed by experts to provide all the nutrients your body needs from a meal. Huel takes the guesswork out of healthy eating. It's for your most inconvenient meals with no prep, no cooking. Say goodbye to getting hangry and unsatisfying snacks. Just grab a Huel instead. They taste so good. Huel shakes actually taste like a milkshake. They come in delicious chocolate or vanilla. Bonus is they're low in sugar. I think we're out of vanilla. I think we got all chocolates in there. There's one down there that I can't see. But we're running. Huel, we're running low on Huel.
We're running low.
And we need a Huel. We need to fill up on Huel. There's 15% off plus a free gift for new customers with our exclusive offer at Huel.com/mostly15 with a minimum $75 purchase. You get 15% off plus a free gift for new customers. Unlock a healthier, easier way to eat with Huel. Nutritionally complete meals in minutes so you can focus on what really matters. The NFL Combine is starting this week. I don't know. Does it start today? I know the PMT guys left this morning.
No.
Anyway, the Combine's going, and this brings up a question that we see it every year. So Shadur Sanders not throwing at the Combine. He's not throwing, and I think Cam Ward is still on the fence. I think I don't know if he's announced if he's doing it or not, but he's on the fence. I know Quinn Ewers is throwing, but Shadur Sanders not throwing. Now, I might ask this every single year, and I might forget the answer every single year. What's the thought process of not throwing at an event where every scout and coach are? What goes into you declining to throw in that environment?
You have nothing to gain and only things to lose, right? Isn't that why
I think
they
you
do
have
it?
everything to gain, don't you? I'm like this is a job interview where somebody's going to draft you because of how you throw or do not throw.
Yeah.
They're going to find out regardless.
But if the consensus is already that you're awesome, just let it ride. Right?
I don't think that's the consensus with Shadur.
But that's what he believes the consensus is.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Fair enough.
I think these guys believe that people believe that.
He believes he's done enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's like, everybody has already seen me play. You think I'm awesome. I have nothing else to prove. That's probably, I mean, that's exactly what they're thinking, right? And that's like what Genty's not really doing anything, right?
Yeah, but with running backs, I think it's a little different to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Yeah, go ahead.
Also, just the whole pro day aspect, how you can have your own day later on where there are still a bunch of scouts there, and it's in your own environment with your own receivers, with people you know.
But you're not going to get to play NFL games at Colorado with your own receivers.
Correct.
And I feel like at some point
it's a more controlled environment.
The Combine's a remarkably controlled environment.
Yeah.
If you can't throw at the Combine, maybe you can't throw. I just don't. If you're a quarterback, you have your arm is a certain strength, your ability is a certain ability. Go fucking show it. I don't ever understand hiding anything at this point.
Again, because there's nothing really to gain.
Yeah.
And they're trying to preserve.
I think there's everything to gain. I think there's a lot of questions at the top of this draft. I think I'm ready to unleash a hot take, but I'm not sure. I'm 75% ready to unleash it, but I'm just going to throw it out there. Cam Ward, Shadur Sanders are the top two quarterbacks in this draft, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think either of those quarterbacks goes inside the top 15 last year. I think they benefited in a weak quarterback draft. Like last year, the last quarterback draft in the first round was Bo Nix, correct? I think he.
It was Bo Nix and then a big gap.
I think
at 6.
Both of these go, or every quarterback in this draft goes after Bo Nix last year. I think this is a really bad quarterback draft. I would take Cam Ward as QB1. I'd take probably Jackson Dart as QB2, and then I'd start thinking about Shedeur at QB.
But you still have to, if you need a quarterback, you still have to take the swing, right?
I don't think so. There's
no?
enough like short-term options on the market that
Really?
Sam Darnold's on the market probably. Yeah.
Darnold. I mean, if you're a team that like Darnold, Stafford, and if you want Kirk Cousins is available, potentially Derek Carr is like available. Like you can take a shot on a 1-year guy, try to make the playoffs, but also like you'd much rather just draft a high-tier player in this year's draft and go for quarterback next year because it's just so bad.
Yeah.
Like it's the guy that's getting a lot of traction on draft Twitter and McShay and all the draft guys is Tyler Shuck from Louisville.
From Texas Tech, Louisville, and all that.
And
Oregon.
Oregon.
Yeah.
But he's 25 or 26, wherever he is. So
I think that matters anyway. Like people say, if you can get 5 good years out of a quarterback, I think that's plenty.
Right. But if you're drafting a guy that age, you're drafting him with the understanding that like he's ready to go.
He's a fully developed product. Yeah.
But he's got injury issues and everything. I think like you said, every single quarterback in the first round last year would be the number 1 overall pick in this draft. That's how bad the quarterback class is.
Yeah. I would much rather take Travis Hunter or help me out, Penn State.
Abdul
Carter. Thank you very much. I'd much if I'm 1, 2, or 3, I'd much rather take a guy like that and then just roll the dice. Because if you draft a Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders in the top 5, you're committing the next 3 years to him. Like you're committing. This is our guy. We're gonna have to see it out, and I just don't know if it's worth the risk.
When's the draft?
April 28th, April 29th. It's forever away.
That every year it drives me crazy.
Yeah, it's a long process.
The draft should be like next week. I feel
like
why is the combine now?
I feel like they could do the draft.
They're doing the combine now, and then 2 months later is the draft.
I feel like they could do the draft a week after the Super Bowl, and it would be awesome because you're still in football mode, right?
Yeah.
And then and that way it's before free agency. It feels like that makes more sense. But anyway,
is so
whatever.
late. It's so late.
The draft is very late.
I've seen people kind of not sour on Travis Hunter, but they're kind of in a spot where they're like, he's not elite at either position, and he can only play.
That's the problem. He is not a number. I don't think he's a top 5 receiver. I think he could be at cornerback, but if you draft him, again, I don't think he's elite at either one.
The thing is, I think a lot of people love his ball skills. Like he's like one of those guys that just like like when you talk about like just a football player, like he just gets it. Like his acumen and his awareness is like unbelievable. And it's like we could teach him any position. He'd be a great
is there
a good corner?
Maybe he's not going to start on both sides of the ball, but is there value in a utility guy that like if injuries accumulate throughout the year? And you're in a situation where you're down all your receivers, we can just flip Travis Hunter to receiver, and he's not going to be the best receiver in the league. But
is that a guy you want to use your number 2 pick on?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Like that's a guy you
draft his dog shit. I don't know. Yeah,
I mean, if he does manage to pull off an Ohtani situation in the NFL, it'd probably be one of the most impressive things in sports.
It would be far and away the most impressive thing in sport. Yeah, to me, Abdul Carter's the guy.
Ohtani's more impressive.
Well, if he were an elite receiver, an elite defensive back, which I don't think he can do. I mean, Ohtani is elite at both, and Ohtani's probably still
because you're basically just saying Travis Hunter. I mean, I know it's I'm simplifying it, but he's just a great fucking athlete.
Yeah,
you think
Will ever?
There's a little more
it's easier to go.
pitching.
It's easier for me to understand a great wide receiver also being a great defensive back, whereas a guy who mashes home runs but also has just a nasty array of pitches.
It
doesn't compute really. But
90s we had Deion Sanders, Bo Jackson, Brian Jordan, all these, 2-sport guys. You think it is possible to ever happen again? Will a franchise ever let it happen again? Because a franchise isn't going to let it happen at this point, right?
There's no way. Yeah, there's no way.
Because we've had athletes that can do it.
Yeah. So this is Kyler Murray, right? He was the latest one that was supposed to be
but you can't,
good enough to do both, but he's not.
You can't use a quarterback because the quarterback has to be there.
Yeah, and if it's it's got to be someone that like the NFL. I'm trying to think of.
I mean, AJ Green AJ Brown was an All-American in high school, and he tweeted last year like, "I'll go play for the Phillies." Like he was probably maybe the best chance of anyone.
Could there be? I could see a deal where like Tyreek Hill is a sprinter, But as
Yeah.
far as like
an Olympic sport.
and he kind of does that on the side.
Something that doesn't even get close to crossing
Yeah.
over.
But like as far as you're talking NBA, MLB, NFL, I don't know how that's gonna ever happen again.
You young boys just don't. I don't think you're old enough, but Bo Jackson was an all-star in baseball and an all-star caliber running back. Like he was
That's insane.
It was unfucking believable.
That's insane.
And I didn't know what I had as a
Yeah.
youth. I didn't know what I had.
You don't know Bo, bro.
I know Bo. I know.
I
Bo.
don't think you know Bo.
I know Bo way more than you know Bo.
Okay, whatever you say.
What? That you're just gonna let it end right there? What's his first name?
Bo.
No, that's a nickname.
Bovine.
No, that's no.
Bovine Jackson.
Bohemian.
No.
Do you even know Bo?
His name is Vincent Jackson.
No.
It's not Bo.
No,
No way.
that was the wide receiver.
There's
Bo,
for-
dude.
That was the Chargers.
His
wide
name is
Can't be right.
Vincent
That
Jackson.
can't be right because he's Bo Jackson.
But like you don't know Bo.
If he was Vincent Jackson, he'd be Vincent Jackson. He's
It
Bo
doesn't make
Jackson.
sense.
It doesn't make any
You
sense.
think my last name's Evan Vincent? Dumbass.
Oh God.
What's his hometown?
Tahlequah, Mississippi.
That's in Oklahoma.
Bo Jackson?
You got it, Connor.
Is it Jackson, Mississippi?
No, it's Bessemer, Alabama.
Okay.
No one knows that.
Brandon said that like, you fucking idiot.
Everyone knows the great city of industry, Bessemer, Alabama.
Is Otani pitching this year?
Yeah. There were concerns he only threw
Let's
92, 93 in his first bullpen, but
That's his first bullpen.
probably just
Go.
proving it. You know, we got a Japanese pitcher named Sagano.
I'm
Connor,
sorry.
you like Sagano?
Yeah, I love Sagano. I think I'm going to love Sagano this year.
Huh.
Who's he playing for?
The Orioles.
Who he play for?
Sagano.
Uh,
Orioles.
Cubs, Dodgers are kicking off. First pitching off. What's kicking?
First
off?
pitching
Right,
off.
First
Cracking
pitching.
the bat.
Throwing off.
Cracking
Throwing
the bat.
off the MLB season, right, in Japan?
Yeah. Cubs are going to be good this year.
So
I think so.
I'm
I don't
bullish
know.
on the
We're
Cubs.
good enough to have my attention in September.
That's all that matters.
So I think they'll be good enough to do that. They're not winning the World Series.
the Dodgers added the Japanese pitcher that's going to be the stud, right?
Roki Sasaki, yeah.
Yeah. And now there's a second Japanese sensation who's playing college baseball here now.
Yes.
He broke all the home run records. He's also Sasaki.
Yes, but he also played in the draft league last
Trenton Thunder alumni.
Yeah,
So
played in
why didn't he get drafted if he's that good?
the-
Why is he playing college baseball?
he probably has some developing to do. I don't think his defense is very good, simply based off his posture and build.
That seems like profiling. That
Rintaro Sasaki.
Yeah, I don't think he has the. He doesn't look like a guy that'd be good at defense. He needs some work, maybe. But he's apparently playing well.
you're right. He doesn't look like he could be good at defense.
He's a big boy.
It's like Charlie Kirk.
Wait,
He mashes homers.
what a comp! He kind of reminds me of.
All right. What?
what what was the Alabama baseball story you sent me?
Great.
Okay,
Speaking
so
of college baseball,
you got Ohio State baseball played Alabama baseball
Right.
in a neutral site game in Jacksonville. It was like part of like a invitational type thing over the weekend.
Series or just a game?
I'm not sure if it was a series, but they were up. Ohio State was up 10-0 on Alabama.
oh wow,
Alabama came all the way back, won on a walk-off 3-run homer,
that's-
and then in the locker room, the players posted a picture.
All right. Alabama comes back from 10-0 to walk off Ohio State and win the Jacksonville Classic. All right. That's a good home run. Good home run. All right.
And then in the locker room, someone took a Snapchat and posted a picture of them all flicking off saying, "Fuck the O."
Well, that seems like a lot.
Um,
That's a ridiculous finger.
what
Look at the size of that finger.
is there history?
Is that Arsenio?
I
Is
don't.
there history here? Is there bad blood?
Can I?
College
May I
football
step?
playoff?
May I step in?
Ezekiel Elliott running through the heart of the South potentially.
Yeah,
Can I step
Could
in
be.
and say something?
go ahead.
I don't know your experience when you were in Columbus for 4 years, but college baseball players are the biggest fucking douchebags in the history of sports.
That's all that is.
And when these players play and they got a cockiness, a swagger, a fuck you, they just got it. And I'm not even saying it as an insult. They all live their lives like this. And when the teams, I could see where, especially if it was a series, by the end they all fucking hate each other.
Why?
You remember the
Where is this confidence coming from?
You remember the Louisville pitcher
No.
in the College World Series? You remember the
No,
Louisville?
Yeah.
I'm not
With the goggles.
I'm not locked in on college baseball like I need to be.
Show me the Louisville pitcher in the College World Series. You should be able to just pull it up by that. And this is the best summation of college baseball players in history. Again, I'm not even saying this is a bad thing. I'm just saying they walk around like their dick's been in the room for 10 minutes. All right, here we go. Good pitch. So we're not going to show it. Why?
All right. I have a picture.
Here we go. Okay. So going to strike him out. Yep, struck him out. Going to stare at him. All right, staring at him. Fuck you! Fuck you!
Okay, help me understand this. The guys in the majors aren't really this way. There are some, but it's not like a widespread
I
thing.
think because
from where are these? Are the guys that do this at the college level not ever good enough to make it to the majors? Is this just like a maturity thing, and somewhere along the line you get humbled playing single A baseball?
I think there's less. There's more. It's more punitive. There's more damage to you if you throw at somebody in college. Like, I don't think they can police themselves the way Major League Baseball can police themselves.
Okay.
I think in Major League Baseball, if you did that, you'd wear a 96-mile-an-hour fastball in the back.
Okay.
Whereas I don't think in college you can do it. I just think it comes also from.
It feels backwards. It feels like the guys in the majors should be like, I'm fucking awesome, and the guys in college should be like, I hope a scout notices me.
Yeah.
And like I do anything to like, I don't want to have attitude problems on my scouting profile. And yet, yeah, every clip I see of these college baseball guys, they're all douchebags.
Yeah, fuck you.
But I don't know where it's coming from. Where's this confidence coming from?
I don't know. I don't know.
They're playing a sport that, like, frankly,
Can
nobody watches.
we again?
I don't get that.
Can we focus on that finger? Doesn't it feel like it's about 2 segments, like 1 segment too long?
Dude, you got
Right
back at you. Fuck the A, dude.
Yeah, fuck the A.
Fuck
Oh,
the A.
whoa.
Fuck the A.
Yeah, Mark. I'm not sure we're all on board with fucking the A.
Fuck the A. Fuck all the way in the A.
You all want to?
I'm fucking all the A's.
So that's our official stance. Fuck
give
the
me
A.
A's.
I can get pretty messy.
Well,
Any other letters you would fuck? You wanna fuck while you're out of your fucking? Jake Malisak.
What?
Huh?
Fuck the V.
Yeah, fuck the V. But that's the one I would fuck.
This is
their notes app apology. Which
All right.
is the worst.
After our game today, we let our emotions get the best of us and posted an inappropriate photo on social media. The photo never should have happened, let alone been posted. I am reaching out to Ohio State to personally apologize. Reach out to me, dude.
Yeah.
Reach out to me. Until you apologize to me, it's apology not accepted. What do you mean you're reaching out to Ohio State? What does that mean?
I also want to apologize for representing the University of Alabama in a negative way. This is not what our team is about. This isn't the top 10 worst representations of Alabama we've had in the last 5 years.
No.
Doesn't even get close.
But I'm part of Ohio State, so I want him to apologize to me.
So as a show, we will not really move forward with this emotionally until Mark Titus has personally apologized to.
Personally apologize to me. Personally apologize to every alum. Every Ohio State alum.
a handwritten letter.
Yeah. We brought up Kevin Durant earlier in the show. Connor did for his at this point I forget why.
Hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard.
Yeah, his
quote
favorite movie.
That was definitely not his quote. But the Suns are just terrible, huh? The Suns are is Kevin are we done seeing Kevin Durant play meaningful basketball? Is this something that's kind of like happening and quietly in front of our very eyes that like he's going to join another team? Is he next year? Is this like is Kevin Durant done and no one really realizes it yet?
It has seemed like in Phoenix, he just kind of has disappeared from the national consciousness.
Yeah.
Right? And there's no real reason to regard him anymore. But he's also very old.
That's what I mean. But LeBron gets all the
LeBron
attention for
ruins
being
it.
old. Steph
Right.
gets the attention, but Kevin Durant just
LeBron
might
being
quietly,
40 hides how old they are.
I'm not saying Kevin Durant's going to retire. I'm saying like Kevin Durant is in Phoenix. They're not anywhere close, obviously, to winning a championship. There's dysfunction everywhere.
Yeah.
And I don't know what his contract situation is. Is he a free agent after this year? Could he go somewhere else?
I think
he's prone to bounce around, as we know. But like, what if Kevin Durant is just going to? What if he just enters like the Chris Paul phase in the same way Chris Paul is just kind of like irrelevant at this point, right?
I think we're certainly finished seeing Kevin Durant as the top player on a championship caliber team.
But
Yeah.
we saw it this summer.
That's not.
He was like the guy running the show in USA basketball.
And Steph Curry kind of.
Yeah, I mean he put the
Steph was ass for 90% of
Steph
the
put the
Olympics,
nail in the
and then,
coffin,
and then
yeah.
steps up in the one.
I forgot how good Kevin Durant was in that first game. Like 9 of 9 or something.
we were talking on this show like is Kevin Durant
Steph
back?
was terrible in the Olympics,
Yeah.
and then had the 2 good games,
But the Olympics are a great place for an old
and everybody forgets because
player to recapture his former glory because he doesn't have to carry the team at all.
yeah, you can do what Steph did and just like kind of just coast
and just
and
do
then-
your
and then
thing when it
one game
comes time
comes
to it.
around. You step up and everyone's like, oh my god, what an awesome moment.
You watching the Olympic basketball doc on Netflix?
No, is it the one?
Good.
There's multiple Olympic basketball docs out all of a sudden because there's also We Beat the Dream Team on
Right.
HBO Max.
Right.
This is about this year's
Yeah.
Yeah.
teams.
Gold
All
team or
the-
something? Gold?
Something gold.
It's us, Canada, Serbia, France.
Oh, it's like a documentary that follows us?
Yeah, it
Oh.
follows this year's Olympics, the top 5 teams. It's pretty interesting.
I know it exists. I haven't started watching
Yeah.
it yet.
Is it like
I
an
heard it was
episodic?
good.
Yeah, there's I don't know how many. I watched 3 episodes last night. It was
That's the one. There was like a clip of Anthony Edwards talking to
and
Obama.
Obama.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
It
was
was
good.
awesome.
That
So
was from
funny.
that one. Yeah,
Mhm. And he told Obama not to keep the baby.
yeah.
At what point does
He said, "Get the abortion." To Obama. Yeah.
I think right now we all like kind of laugh at Anthony Edwards because it's just like everything he's so like outrageous and ridiculous.
Yeah.
And but at what point does it turn on him and it's like, oh, he's just kind of an asshole?
I think it probably should now.
I think it's starting to happen now.
Yeah.
that was a shocking
Yeah.
thing last week. We kind of glossed over
Yeah.
it, but like that's not a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
like I think people think of like the clip of him talking about, I'd be 4-hitter in baseball, like I'm the best.
Mm-hmm.
I'd go in the NFL, I'd dominate, and it's like, oh, this guy's like just speaks his mind, but it's like he might just kind of be a dick.
Mm-hmm.
well, he did that in the Olympics too when he said he could beat all the ping pong players at ping pong.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah, I
kind of
forgot
like
about
that. Though.
Yeah, and then he went to watch the games and stuff.
Going to the Olympics, pointing at a sport and saying I could beat all of you at your sport that
Yeah.
you've dedicated your entire life to.
I don't think Durant sucks anyway. He's still putting up numbers, right? He's still playing well.
26.9
my-
points a game.
My statement or whatever is not about Kevin Durant's ability. It's about just his place in the landscape
Yeah.
of basketball.
And where basketball
Will he be
stands.
on teams that matter? Will Kevin Durant be a guy that we all need to pay attention to?
I think it's
Or is he
over.
just gonna, continue to put up like 20 to 30 points a game and on a team that's just so?
Yeah, you do that on the West Coast too. You just completely
Yeah.
disappear. Go ahead.
I think overall,
This looks very pensive here. This really looks like you
well,
put thought into it.
You compare him to LeBron James, which is kind of a harsh comparison for him because nobody's like LeBron James. But there was a time where people did think Kevin Durant was on like the same playing field.
Yeah.
One person completely took his career and made every move that he wanted to make in LeBron and went where he wanted to go and got the players he wanted. Kevin Durant, I think, tried to do that.
I mean, he's absolutely done that. He's just been wrong every time.
And he's been wrong.
Like,
And now he's in a situation where, like,
they put together the thing they put together with the Nets. We all thought, oh my God, look what they put together, and it just didn't go anywhere. They did the same thing in Phoenix. I know they went to a finals when he got out there.
Yeah.
But they then put together the Beal whatever. It just hasn't.
he's aligned himself with the wrong people.
He wasn't on the finals team.
No,
It wasn't on the finals
No,
team.
it was
Chris Paul was
It was
on
Chris
Chris
Paul,
Paul was on that
and
team.
Aiton and
Oh yeah,
Booker. Yeah.
Booker.
Yeah.
Apologies.
Yeah.
I just think he's now in a spot where he really doesn't have that much power. As
Well,
much
he's
as
he's
and he's old.
38.
but a guy like Steph Curry, I still think would have power. Like LeBron still has power. Like I don't know, Kevin Durant, because of the bad decisions, and then they're not bad decisions, but like
I don't know how much power Steph Curry has outside of Golden State. I don't know if Steph Curry became a free agent this year. If the let me just pick out an East team. If the Wizards are giving him what he wants to build a super team quickly, I don't think that's happening.
The Hornets would, but that's
Yeah.
different context. The Hornets would do anything to get Steph Curry.
Butler now with the Warriors, you might start to see a little bit more of a resurgence.
Man,
Yeah, they've been
the
they've
Curry
been,
hype.
it's,
Dude.
It's been working.
Jimmy Butler's crazy. He just became that unlikable whatever it was for a couple of weeks there with the Heat. It ended poorly. And then I saw a clip the other night. It was on TikTok, but it was like a one possession where he guarded every single player that had the ball. Like the point guard brings it up, they switch, he switches, and he chases the ball all over the court and gets a shot clock violation on his own.
Yeah.
Since you brought up an NBA question, I had an NBA question too, unrelated to yours. Are the Lakers a threat? Are they an actual threat? Because I thought they were bumbling along as like where they've been the last couple of years as like a 7 to 10. They'd be in the play-in. They'd be somewhere around there, maybe 6 if they get lucky. They're the 4 seed right now. They're pretty good. They're 34 and 21. They're 8-2 in their last 10. They're playing well. Like, are they an actual threat in the Western Conference? What say you, Mark Titus? Fair or what?
Yes.
I don't know how to finish.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I said.
Are they a threat?
Yes. Yeah. They have to be, right? Especially if Luka is like fully healthy and
Not fat.
and not fat. He's fully healthy and not fat.
Ebo, this seems like something you'd have an opinion on.
The Western Conference is a logjam. I think outside of the Celtics and maybe the Cavs, every team that can compete for titles in the West.
Do you think the idea that the Nuggets own the Lakers still exists now that Anthony Davis isn't there? Is this a new iteration of the Lakers? But every time the Nuggets and Lakers have played in the playoffs, seemingly,
Yeah.
you talk yourself into the Lakers having the horses to beat the Nuggets. Was it last year or 2 years ago? I don't know. It feels like they play every year in the playoffs and the Nuggets like dominate them.
Yeah.
But then the Lakers fans are like, yeah, but I mean, we got swept, but like all 4 games, we were right there.
That was also
Came down.
That was also true.
Yeah, it was, but they
Yeah.
can't. They just can't win. They can't beat the Nuggets. Do you think that still exists now, or do you think Luka changes all that?
I don't know. I feel like
It
status
probably,
quo until proven otherwise.
I think it changes it because LeBron at this stage of his career, I don't know if he could be the main guy. He can be the main guy.
He can.
He can be it in spurts and absolutely in the postseason, but ultimately I think there does need to be somebody else with the keys. And I think they were hoping Anthony Davis would become that player. He just didn't have that mentality.
Yeah.
Luka Doncic is obviously a true number one.
Yeah.
And I think him and LeBron in a postseason run would be something. I still worry about their defense.
Did you see what Jokic did last night?
against the Pacers.
I don't know who they were playing, but
They were playing
he had
the Pacers,
he had 19 assists.
yeah, 19 assists against the Pacers.
That's a lot of assists.
Yeah.
18 points, 19 assists, 9 rebounds. He's like dicking around out there for fun now.
Mm-hmm.
He's top 3 in points, rebounds, and assists in the NBA.
Not going to win MVP.
Yeah. Can average a triple-double on 55, 40, and 80.
And Shea's going to win MVP?
Yeah, probably. That team's so they blew a massive lead last night though. Anthony Edwards
To the Timberwolves, yeah.
yeah, talking his shit again.
They had they blew a 24-point lead.
They're up 24 points, fourth quarter.
Does NBA MVP matter? If we really stop and think about it, and we look back on, and we know that this is how the award works, is like voters get fatigued and they want to give it to someone else. And this
No, but
happens-
yes.
you know what I mean? Like, of course it matters. Of course, every
Yeah.
player wants to win one, but like nobody looks back on the '90s and thinks like there were years where Michael Jordan wasn't the best.
Right.
Like, of course,
I think Jordan should have had
Everybody
8 or
has-
9, yeah.
the streets know.
Yeah,
We have our own MVP every year.
right.
But yeah, I mean, of course it matters for the players. I didn't mean that. The players,
Yeah.
they want to win it, but
That's why I said yes and no. It matters in the sense that once you become an MVP, you're like you're an MVP for forever.
yeah.
You get that, but at the same time, Karl Malone won the MVP in '97, and there's not a human being alive
Yeah.
that thinks he was the
He
most
was the
valuable
best
player.
player. Yeah. Like, is anybody that believes that Jokic is the best player in the NBA right now, Shea's going to win the MVP, they're going to be
Right.
like, damn, I guess I was wrong. No, nobody's going to say that. They're going to be like, yeah, they gave it to Shea because voter fatigue. That's how this award works.
And it's silly
It's
because
weird.
they'll say, Jokic is a 2-time MVP or 3-time MVP. We can't give him 4.
Yeah.
We can't make this guy a 4-time MVP. Well, why the fuck not?
Yeah.
If he is, he is.
Well, that's what happened. That's how Nash won his second one. Was like they gave it to him the first year, and then if memory serves, like the second year they wanted to get off of it, but he actually had like way better numbers and got better, and his MVP case was like way stronger year 2. They're like, fuck, our hands are tied. But that'll never happen again. We can't give Steve Nash more than 2 MVPs. That's crazy.
Starting in 2005, maybe starting in 2007, LeBron James was MVP of the league for 10 straight years.
Yeah.
And there's just no way he wasn't. There's just not a world that he wasn't, and yet we still.
I'm pretty sure I had that right about Nash, about his stats getting better the second year.
Yeah, you probably. Were. That was the year that.
I'm pretty sure like he. I can't remember. Was his second year better than his first?
And his second year being 2006 and 2005 being his first year.
He had more points but less assists per game, but more total rebounds, higher shooting percentage.
That's good shit. They're growing up.
Yeah. The boys.
Growing up right in front of our very eyes.
Oh, my goddamn. Connor still doesn't know what happened.
No, I know what happened. I saw Ebo pulling up Basketball Reference.
He was second in MVP the third year.
He was?
2006, 2007. He lost 2.
Dirk.
Braun was 5th that year.
In 2007, the year he dragged the worst roster in the history of the league to the finals?
Yeah, 2006, 2007, LeBron James averaged 27, 6, and 6.
So he should have been an MVP that year, and just from then on until...
Yeah.
Was 5th in MVP.
Foreign-born MVPs go.
You got. Work backwards.
I'm not asking the years they won. I'm asking just the players that have won.
Nikola Jokic.
Yeah, that's one of them.
Steve Nash.
Steve Nash is another one, yeah.
Tim Duncan, U.S. Virgin Islands.
I mean, that's
3.
That's U.S. Virgin.
That's 3.
That's U.S.
3.
That's not foreign. That's U.S. That's
Count.
that's a territory.
Michael Jordan, born in Brooklyn, New York. That's 4.
Mm-hmm.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Mm-hmm. Right, you are.
Shohei Ohtani.
Mm-hmm. Shohei Ohtani.
There's a trick question one in here.
I believe there's
a trick
2
question.
trick question ones in there.
Shohei Ohtani.
I believe there might be 2 trick.
Might be 2 trick questions.
I think you have 3 left. I can think of 3 more.
3 more. Okay. Foreign-born MVPs.
And 2 of them are tricks.
Mario Lemieux.
Mario Lemieux, yes. Mario Lemieux, yes.
Okay. Basketball players, foreign-born. Hold
have-
on. Okay. Kareem Russell was born. Okay. All right. And then Larry Bird was born in French Lick, Indiana.
Mhm.
Magic Johnson was born in Michigan.
Mhm.
Okay. And then we got Karl Malone, who was
Mhm.
born in a prison, I believe. We have Tim Duncan, U.S. Virgin Islands. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Russell Westbrook.
One of them was already said.
James Harden.
Yeah.
James Harden was the MVP. Steve Nash, of course. Shaquille O'Neal. Was he born in like an army base somewhere?
No.
I don't know what I'm doing at this point. I'm just naming guys.
There's a
You
trick.
already
There's a mass.
You already named one of them.
But name one of what? So if I already named it, it seems like I already
We
named
were
it.
talking about Nash, and then you said who won at the...
If I already named it, I already named it.
Well, that was
named it
before I asked
before
the
the start of the
question.
game.
Before the game started.
Nash. I said Nash.
Yeah, and then who?
Dirk.
Yeah, there you go. You hadn't said Dirk.
There's a trick question.
What's the trick?
Well, there's also, there's...
Okay. Elijah Wan. Now, if you're going to show me this, I got it.
Yeah.
Dirk, Elijah, L-A...
Elijah
J-
Wan was one of the tricks, and then
U-
there's another trick left.
W-O-N. Yeah.
We're doing
Because he's a trick. I mean, he's a trick only because he played for the United States
Yeah.
and
plays for the United
international.
States.
Yeah, he played for the USA.
Bum, he might be a bum.
Don't say that, dude.
Let's see.
He might be a bum.
So you're telling me somebody who's good enough to be the MVP, somebody who deserved to win the MVP.
I understand how you would forget this guy won MVP because it was not deserving in any way, shape, or form.
Kinda
And
disappeared.
it's and when you argue about like the NBA falling off and
Yeah.
like, what's wrong with the NBA, I think you could trace it back to this moment when
So- What I'm doing is focusing on guys who deserve to win MVP and should have won.
You were thinking about guys who are good.
Okay,
What you
all
should
right,
have been
all right.
thinking about is bums who somehow were
Uh-huh.
gifted the award nonetheless.
You know, now that we're here and we're basically in the garage, let's go ahead and park this car, Connor, because there's been no better time in the history of Joel Embiid's time in Philadelphia to go ahead and call him a bum.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
Do it.
No, I
Do
feel
it.
terrible.
This guy
Do it.
is unreliable.
I feel
He is.
terrible.
Do it, Connor.
No.
The truth will
He
set
has
you
Never
free.
tanked
will.
he has
Never
tanked
will.
your franchise. Your franchise is now a joke and will take 10 years to recover because of investing in this guy.
I don't know exactly what's going on. The rehab process.
I know what's going on. You've got a Flake as your best player. He's not good.
Did you see the report on him? First of all, the MVP year, he led the league in scoring. He averaged 33 points a game.
That's cool. He could win the scoring award then.
Yeah, he won scoring time.
Led us to our best record since 2001.
That's great. He can win the best. He can win the team MVP.
And then every time his team went to Denver, he faked an injury.
This is the latest report on Joel Embiid. Might need a meniscus replacement, a low-dose radiation therapy, or even the ominous-sounding osteotomy, in which doctors break a bone in the hip to realign the joint to alleviate pressure.
Okay, well, he's finished. That's it.
For some reason, what should have been a routine rehab and a routine return to play has gone horribly wrong. I don't know what's happening.
The Sixers have the worst medical staff in the history
It's up
of
there.
sports, potentially, right? How does every top prospect, every guy,
Markelle Fultz
end up fucking breaking their bones?
They invent injuries.
Remember Zaire Smith? Was that who
Zaire
was?
Smith.
Was like allergic to some shit. What was he allergic to?
It's really
and that
bad.
like ruined his career.
No,
We
the whole
couldn't
thing
figure out
was bad.
Was he allergic to peanuts and he couldn't play basketball because of it?
I don't remember the specifics of that case, but I know with this case in Joel Embiid, I feel terrible for him, and yeah, we're screwed. This is why I'm wearing. This is the last time this year I'll probably wear Sixer stuff because
Not
it's
even
just
kind of true.
So this is in memoriam?
There's no way that's true. You will.
like so the thing that sucks, and again, it goes back to my point about the play-in last week. I think we're still only 2.5 games out of the. We're 20 and 37. I think we're only 2.5 games out of the. But I don't want Embiid playing for the rest of the year. Shut him down. It's not worth
I
it.
promised you over the summer I would do this. Anytime we talk about Embiid being a bomb, I would remind everybody we don't win a gold medal without him.
It's true.
We
But
don't win the gold medal without him.
that's my point. Like, why the fuck was he
Which
playing in the Olympics?
I would use that as an example for why maybe I don't want to get into the NHL, Brandon, because if you were someone that doesn't watch the NBA and you watch the Olympics basketball, you'd be like, oh my God, is Joel Embiid an American hero?
Yeah.
For the defense he played on Jokic in the must-win game against Serbia?
Sure.
And then that's it. And then you don't pay attention to him. You know what I mean? And the next time it rolls around, maybe he's playing for USA again. I don't want to do that with the USA hockey guys. Like, what if Brady Tkachuk is just a piece of shit? I just watched the NHL, and I'm like, this guy fucking sucks. I hate him.
No, there's nothing Brady Tkachuk could ever do.
You know what I mean? I don't want that to happen.
I love that man. He's on Chicklets today, and I got to go listen to it. Brady Tkachuk on Chicklets. I love Brady Tkachuk. That's what Matthew Tkachuk might be out for the season.
That's what people around that's his reputation, right? Am I wrong? Am I making this up? People don't like Brady Tkachuk?
No, people
hate his guts, right?
Very divisive guy. People either love him or hate him.
And I love him, and I don't want to hate him.
But I think some of it might be political.
Oh, really?
Which I don't give a fuck about any of that.
Yeah.
I will hate the most ardent.
I
would love the most ardent. If he's a good player and he's 100% diametrically opposed to me politically, I will still like him.
See, and I'm the exact opposite. I need to see all of his tweets.
Okay.
See, for me,
it's less about his athletic ability and more about his tweeting.
I want to know which town halls he's showing up at to interrupt and get arrested for yelling at the mayor of the town.
I've had people DM me before saying, "Listen, I wanted to follow you and I like what you do, but I see some of the people you follow and I'm out." I'm like, "Bye,
bitch.
See ya,
bye, bitch."
This year's motto for Stella Blue Coffee, you know what it is?
Drink it down.
Better
brew.
Better
brew. Better
you. Better brew, better you. At Stella Blue Coffee, we believe good coffee is one of life's non-negotiables. It's time to stop drinking these boring, tasteless big coffee beans and turn to Stella Blue. Stella Blue Coffee's delicious roasts are available in cold brew, K-Cups, ground, and whole bean formats to seamlessly fit into your morning coffee routine. Oh, and every bag sold helps save dogs. Stella Blue is proud to have helped save over 1,000 dogs from rescue to adoption. Enjoy Stella Blue Coffee by using the QR code on the screen or by visiting StellaBlueCoffee.com and use promo code FAMILY for 20% off orders of $25 or more, and find them on Amazon for next day delivery. Great purpose, better coffee at Stella Blue. If I were...
Are you calling up Blutman?
Huh?
Are you calling up Blutman?
Not right now.
You said like half an hour ago you were.
Oh yeah, we got to talk about this.
I forgot about the Blutman call.
We got to talk about the.
He hasn't texted me. Usually, if I say that, Marky will text me. So let me just pull him up right now. Go ahead, Ebo. Before I call him, get me primed on this story a little bit.
I saw a clip this morning of Danielle Fishel and Matlock.
Maitland?
Matlock.
Maitland.
Maitland?
Maitland
Yeah,
Ward.
Matlock Ward.
Yeah.
Basically, Danielle Fishel has a Boy Meets World recap podcast.
Sure,
I guess
sure.
she had Matlock on as a guest and kind of just started being like, "Hey, we've had our issues, whatever."
Right.
And then basically called.
Do you know
her,
what the issues were? Is there a backstory?
What's
to what
the problem?
issues were?
Not really sure what the underlying beef is.
So you're super preparing us.
Yes. So, I figured we had an expert on retainer.
Now, what's the goal here? To get one of them to get him to say that one of them's a Nazi sympathizer?
Mm-hmm. Right. Boy Meets World stars Danielle Fishel and Maitland Ward have heated argument on a rewatch podcast. You're trying to go at me now to get ratings.
So I assume the guest was saying, "Hey, host, you're just trying to use me for ratings."
And it worked because everybody's talking about it, right?
Yeah. Okay. One of the things she says in this clip is that she was unfriended on Facebook.
Guys,
Question for you is,
hold on, Mark.
do you hate us?
No, I don't hate you. I don't hate you. I think that you hate me because you wouldn't speak to me on when we would go to Girl Meets World and everything. And that's hurtful. That was
Okay, I wouldn't speak to you?
No.
I did talk to you.
Oh no.
No, not really.
I don't feel as though I was not good with you, but I definitely didn't have a relationship with you that was like, oh my gosh, my long lost friend Maitland.
But
I was working. It was a very
Almost,
difficult
Mark. Almost.
set.
Hold on.
So you don't listen to the podcast regularly, but your overall opinion of it is that we are negative about Michael and Ben and the show.
Be honest about this. You're trying to go at me now to get the ratings because you know that people will be interested in
Maitland.
I don't want to go with you guys. I just want to remember good times.
No, Maitland, sorry. I'm not the one who wanted to go for ratings. I'm the one who texted Will to ask for your phone number so that, like adults, we could have a conversation off the air. When you said rock the stats, I realized, got it. This isn't someone who's seeing an opportunity to, again, use this opportunity to get into the ratings. So this is what you asked for. I wanted to write you a text and say, can we talk about what our feelings are?
Genuous. To have to be reminded that you unfriended me from Facebook.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
And you know it was heartfelt.
Yeah, I hadn't read it until I heard about it in whatever year it was, 2022.
Yes, you didn't even care to look at it.
It was in the graveyard. We weren't friends on Facebook. We were not friends on Facebook. It didn't come to my message. I hadn't read it until I was aware it existed.
All right. Stop it there.
Oh my God.
All right, now after
heated.
this national crisis of a seemingly a civil war within the female universe of Boy Meets World, Danielle Fishel and Maitland Ward, we turn to Boy Meets World expert Mark Blutman. And Mark, for the people out there, can you explain your role in Boy Meets World, please?
I joined Boy Meets World as a writer in season 2.
Sure.
And started running the show, executive producing it in seasons 3 and 4.
Right.
Half of 5. Then I left the show, actually, when Maitland joined. I went off to Warner Brothers and I did a show with Mark Titus. You'll appreciate this. Who is the best mustache in Hollywood? Second to you. Best mustache in Hollywood.
Sam Elliott?
Tom Selleck.
Tom Selleck?
Tom
Selleck.
When I left Boy Meets World, it was to go do a sitcom called The Closer with Tom Selleck and Ed Asner.
Now, it sounds to me like when Maitland Ward showed up, you left. So do you agree with Danielle that you hate Maitland Ward?
I love it, Brandon. I do not hate her at all. I know her a little bit. We actually lived in the same building for a while, her and her husband and me.
That makes sense.
You know, and so I met her, and she's delightful. I mean, listen, we could have saw this coming. I heard from...
There it is. We got it. Thanks, Mark. We could have saw this coming. That's all we needed.
Boy Meets World producer. We could have saw it coming.
We could have saw this coming. We got the quote we needed. Thanks.
No, stop. Okay? I have baby interns. I have 3 baby interns, and my baby interns, their job is to monitor mostly sports, get back to me, and tell me what they heard. Now, keep in mind, my baby interns are 3 to 5 years old, but what they did convey to me today
interns.
my baby interns, this is an Ebo thing. This is not a good week for Eeps. Not a good week.
What?
Besides his fashion faux pas, my baby interns told me that Ebo sat on that couch. Connor knew where he was going and turned away because Connor would not support this in the face of Mark Blutman, who got Connor Sabrina Carpenter tickets. But Eeps said something like, hey, we barely like Liam. We barely like Luke. We certainly don't like Mark. Let's use him for the mostly sports pick on the ratings. So if we get Blutman to say something,
this is gabagool. You unfriended me on Facebook, Mark.
Did
you unfriended me on Facebook?
Did you unfriend Ebo on Facebook?
Listen, there is a graveyard on Facebook. I'm not on it a lot. And a lot of messages never make it to me. So, Ebo, if you message me on Facebook, please understand I didn't see it. I'll go look for it.
All right. So, Mark, just your team Fischel here or Team Ward?
So here's where I love Danielle. I love Will. I love Ryder.
Who are all these?
Those are the three people. Danielle Fischel, Will Friedle was Eric Matthews, Ryder was Sean.
Sure.
I spent many years with them. Danielle and I recently developed a project for Disney together this past year. I adore these people, and they all have incredibly productive careers.
Right.
Some of them are parents. They're amazing. Maitland is a very, very sweet person. Like I said, I've met her a few times. But if you're asking me to pick sides. I'll always stand with Danielle and Ryder and Eric without picking a side.
What about Titus's claim that there weren't Nazi sympathizers on the show?
Can you address that, Mark?
I was sick that day.
All right. Thank you, Boy Meets World producer. One more thing before I let you go.
Yeah.
What was our baby movie idea?
Baby Heist.
Baby Heist.
Are you working on that?
Almost finished the first draft. It writes itself.
Yeah.
As soon as I heard it. I got to tell you something. Between the prison one, between Babies on a Plane, and between Carl Ham, I may have to sign Mostly Sports to a production.
It's a universe.
The Mostly Sports universe is unreal.
It's a universe.
Cinematic universe we're building here. It's crazy.
What was the prison?
It was Babies in Alcatraz.
Baby Alcatraz.
Baby Alcatraz. Yeah. Okay. All right, Mark. Thank you, man.
Or no, it was like Alcatraz High School.
Alcatraz
High.
That's
is what it was. It was Alcatraz High. Alcatraz High. That's a great name for a show.
Now
Alcatraz High.
I don't want to get ahead of us, but he texted me this yesterday at 3:15, so I meant to bring it up today. But he got my email and he sent me a full copy of the full Fetus Jones script.
Oh my God.
So I don't know what we can do with that.
We
might have to do a dramatic reading of Fetus
maybe.
Jones one day.
We got what we needed. He said we could have seen this coming.
Yeah, he got
That's the quote.
Yeah.
Holler
TMZ. at your boys.
Boy Meets World showrunner Mark Blutman on Danielle Fischel and Maitland Ward. We could have seen this coming.
Must credit Mostly.
Print it.
Must credit Mostly Sports. That's what he said.
I don't have one. Do you have one?
Yeah, I do. I'd like to talk about Roe. Roe Sparks are a 2-in-1 prescription treatment for stronger, harder erections. They hit the bloodstream faster because they dissolve under the tongue, and getting hard faster means having more sex. After they dissolve, they work in 15 minutes on average. Roe Sparks can give guys thicker, longer erections that you usually have because they get fuller. Roe Sparks give you the boost to last longer, so it's more fun for you both. Roe stays active in your system up to 36 hours, so you can go back to back to back, back to back.
Back.
Round after round. Be ready and even be ready in the morning after. Be ready for play with the Roe Sparks. The Roe Sparks, you can get the erection you have wanted. Roe connects guys with a medical provider 100% online, so there's no awkward conversation with in-person providers. If approved, treatment ships directly to your door. If prescribed, new sexual health patients get $15 off Sparks on a recurring plan. Connect with a provider at roe.co/sports. To find out if prescription Roe Sparks are right for you, that's ro.co/sports for $15 off your first order. I'm sorry. Roe.co/sports. What else we got? We didn't even talk about Wemby being out for the year. I guess that's old news at this
Yeah.
point. Wemby is the Syracuse concept helmets, were those real?
No, those were fake, but those would be awesome, right?
What I meant like they're real, but they're fake as in the school. Nobody officially
Right. It's not an actual.
with the school is floating these. This is just like
The
some
sickos, yeah.
some guy who's bored came up with this.
Is that the same one?
Yeah.
And that's auto orange as an orange helmet.
Mm-hmm.
What do we think, Brandon?
Looks like Cubert. Is that a dated reference? Does anybody even know what Cubert is?
Cubert's the guy with the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jumps in the
Yeah, the pyramid.
diagonal plane.
Yeah.
Cubert's.
They had a Cubert TV show too.
Did they?
I'm asking.
I don't know. Probably. Had Cubert cereal.
Sydney Sweeney is single, maybe.
So they postponed the wedding, huh?
Connor, does that does that do anything for you?
Did they postpone the wedding once they saw your foundational pieces, you think?
Slightly, maybe. I don't know. Oh, it's Cubert.
There goes Cubert. Are you playing it, or is it just a video?
Playing it.
It's a very frustrating. That's a good-looking Cubert game. Oh, got to be aware of. Why'd you do that?
That was dumb.
That was real dumb. And you can get on one of those spinny things, and it takes you somewhere, and I don't know where it takes you.
On the topic of Sydney's.
Were we on the topic of Sydney's?
Well, Sydney Sweeney.
Sure.
I think Sydney Thomas might be on a little bit of a downhill trend.
Meaning, why do you think
the perception of her, I think, is starting to change?
Oh, no.
I think we're starting to do very similar to what we were doing. Or who was the actress that everybody was calling mid? Was it Sydney Sweeney?
It was Sydney Sweeney.
It was?
Yeah.
I think we're now starting to see that with Sydney Thomas. People are starting to.
Well, this is good for you. You can swoop right in.
Yeah.
DM her.
Yeah,
Slide
come
in
in
there.
at
Slide
the
in there and
lowest
be
point.
like, what they're doing to you is unfair.
That would be my play.
I do kind of want you to do that.
Yeah.
What they're doing to you is messed up, man.
Yeah.
If you need someone to talk to, I'm here for you.
Yeah, that
would work.
Let me know.
That's been my game plan before.
That's how I found my wife.
All right. That's the show. We'll be back tomorrow. See you guys then.
That's how ball's done.
Family, family, family.